Good afternoon, welcome inside another edition of That's What I Think with Brandon Swanson. I'm your fearless host, Brandon Swanson, and today I'm going to be talking about the Boston Red Sox. Come on, jump in the car, get in the car, we're going to be going around Boston. I can't do that for a long time. It only sounds good for a very short amount of time. You would probably tune out very quickly if I did it for the whole time, but I really did want to talk about the Boston Red Sox this afternoon because they have been on fire. And I know that a lot of people, Yankee fans in particular, will say, it's early. It's early. Well, yes, you're right. It is early, but the Boston Red Sox have been lighting it up. The best start in their 118-year history when they were 12-2. Today I'm recording this, they're 14-2. So they have surpassed that to move to 14-2. They've been great. They have looked really good. In 1918, the Boston Red Sox started 11-2. They certainly, again, have surpassed that at 14-2 with their win just the other night against the Angels, against Ohtani. They blast 6 home runs. Wow. And Ohtani, for a while, he was looking real good from the mound, but you run up against the best team in all of baseball, the Boston Red Sox. It's going to be pretty difficult. The Red Sox they've just been on fire. There really isn't anything that's been going wrong for them. They are really clicking on all cylinders. Alex Cora has really done a good job so far in his first year with this club, but it's been built really well. So give a lot of props to the upper management there in Boston. They've done really good, and Dave Dombrowski, I believe, is the man up there right now, the general manager for them. He's been doing a great job with Boston and putting that team together. They've scored 6 or more runs in 6 straight games. They're currently on a 5-game winning streak. They've just, again, night after night after night, they have the lineup. They have the pitching. They have the defense. This team is built for success. This team is built to make a deep playoff run come September or October. So to go through some stats, and I know that some people will be like, well, yeah, I could look that up anywhere, blah, blah, blah. But it makes sense to everything that I'm saying here. So 19 home runs puts them around the middle to upper part of the pack. I believe the leader's 26 home runs for that, but 19 puts them right there, not too bad. JD Martinez, the guy they go out, give the big contract to that they needed to get, that I said on a baseball video that they needed to go get him. JD Martinez needed to be a Red Sox. He's in the middle, batting at .271 with 3 homers and 13 RBIs. He's in the middle. Now, if you go look at the other Sox, the Chicago White Sox, he'd probably be at the top. That's how different this team is compared to other teams in the American League and in all of baseball. Now, batting towards the top, you've got Mookie Betts. He has been nuts. Batting .389, 5 homers, 13 RBIs. Throwing a couple of grand slams there too, not looking too bad. He's been very good. And again, those are just 2 guys from this Boston lineup that yields a lot of very good hitters. And another guy, Hanley Ramirez, he stunk last year, let's be honest about it. He's been looking a lot better. He's been really, I think, in a better position this year. They get Martinez. I think it takes a little bit more pressure off of Hanley. He's been looking better at the plate. They just all look comfortable. And we all know it with baseball. You get in grooves, and the team is in a groove. But you get in a bad groove, you hit a rut, the team can get in that rut. Right now, Boston's in that groove. Everyone seems to be hitting on all cylinders, literally hitting on all cylinders. It's been really fun to watch. So Boston, they're tied for first in hitting with a .283 average, 92 RBIs, 103 strikeouts. That's the fewest in all of baseball. So they're getting up there. They're seeing their pitches. They have great vision at the plate. They are waiting for their pitch, and they're getting it almost every time. Almost every time they are putting men on base, and they are driving them in a very big way. And that's been fun. That has been why it has been fun for a Boston fan to be watching these Red Sox in this first part of the season. Again, continuing on with a couple of Boston offensive stats. Their on-base percentage, 356. I believe that's the best on-base percentage. And then their on-base plus slugging, a 831, best in all of baseball. It's hard to compete against that. It's very hard to compete against that, and teams are finding that out every single night they play them. Again, Shohei Ohtani runs up against a buzzsaw in the Red Sox, and they lose. The Angels do, who are going to believe they're 12-4 to start the year. It was 10-1. 10-1. The Boston Red Sox just are continuing to come to play each and every day. And that's just the hitting side. On the pitching side, again, they've been lights out. And that's a big reason why I think Boston's been doing so well, because they're not giving up runs. Boston is second with a 2.82 ERA, second in all of baseball. Only 47 earned runs given up. They've only allowed 9 homers. And there's just teams are hitting 214 against them. 214. It's impressive. Chris Sale has been sparkling, as he always is, and he's probably very excited to be part of the Boston Red Sox instead of the Chicago White Sox, because Boston wins. 1-0 with a 1.23 ERA, a 200 batting average against him. So 1-0. Team hasn't gotten the win every time. That's okay, but hey, he's going out there every time, every single time they've got a chance to win with him on the mound. Rick Porcello. He may be the key in all of this. He's been outstanding. 3-0. 3-0, a 1.83 ERA. Teams are batting a measly 192 against him. You take Rick Porcello out of the mix, or if he's not 3-0, if he's 0-3, Boston is a different team. They are a different team. He is 3-0. I'm just very impressed with that. Rick Porcello, you aren't thinking that you're going to be relying necessarily on Rick Porcello. You think you're going to rely on the Chris Sales, the David Prices. Rick Porcello has been outstanding to start this season. If he continues the way he's going, I'm not saying to go 7-0, 10-0, anything like that. That'd be incredible. But if he continues to be like this, keep his ERA about 2, 2.5, that's a big, big plus for the Boston Red Sox. Now, to kind of compare that, pitching-wise, with the New York Yankees, the Yankees are 24th. The Yankees, I believe, are 6th in all of baseball in hitting. They're 24th in pitching. They've got a 4.68 ERA, 77 earned runs, a 243 average against. They've given up 18 homers. That's double what Boston's given up. The reason why the Yankees are at where they're at right now and they are not towards the top of the AL East, it's their pitching. Their pitching, as I believed at the beginning of the season, and why I picked the Boston Red Sox to win the AL East, and now I'm not trying to sit here and proclaim, oh man, I know it all, they're going to win it because of the first 20 games of the season. No, not at all. But why I believe Boston's in the spot they're in is because their pitching is just simply better than New York's. And overall, Boston, I think, is in a better spot than New York is because, yes, Boston has younger guys, but younger guys with more experience than the Yankees. The Yankees have young guys with less experience. I think that New York will be a very good team. We'll probably see them be a very competitive team at the end of this season where they're both fighting it out. But the reason Boston's been off to such a great start, their pitching is simply better, and their young guys are more experienced than New York's. That is my opinion, but that's why I believe Boston's in the spot they are to start this season. Now, like I said, I pegged the Red Sox to win the AL East this year. So far, it's looking pretty good. That could change at a moment's notice. And once the weather starts to get hot, who knows? The Boston Red Sox could flip around. They could get cold, but it has been so freaking cold. I'm so sick of it. I'm so done with it. Don't even get me started. But Boston, they have been heating it up on the diamond, and they have put themselves in a really good spot to start the season. They'll be playing the Angels again tonight with a chance to go 15-2 and continue to have the best record in all of baseball. These Boston Red Sox, folks, they are for real. And I know it's the beginning of the season, but watch them throughout. They're going to impress the entire season. And that's what I think this week, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I think the Boston Red Sox really have a chance to be a playoff contender, a very good playoff contender come September, October. They're going to be there. They are going to be a tough team to deal with. Again, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. We are hoping to get back on track next week. We are hoping things around here are going to be a little less hectic with outside schedules. We think we are going to get it back next week, normal time, Wednesday, 2 Central, 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific. I hope I'm not lying to you yet again, but we'll see you again next week. Again, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your week, a wonderful weekend. So long.